Good morning. Good morning. So today I wanted to go live. I haven't went live in about 2 weeks. It has been crazy, but I know we've added quite a few people to the Facebook group. So I wanted to make sure you understood the selection process for Ohio DODD providers, how people are getting selected to get clients. I hear all the time by people who are not getting clients that the market is oversaturated, SAs already have their favorites, and different things like that, because you really don't understand why you're not being selected. And it has nothing to do with market saturation or the SAs having their favorites. SAs do build relationships with providers, but it's the same reason why parents go to certain daycares and things like that, because you're being selected, or the daycare is being selected because of the reputation they built. But one day they were new. So it has nothing to do with the fact that the market is oversaturated or anything like that. And today I'm going to tell you exactly what the issue is and how to fix it. I see 3 mistakes that the DODD providers are making that are keeping them from getting clients, and I'm going to tell you how to fix it. So let's go right in. Mistake number 1. You are responding to referrals and you are sounding like everybody else. You have this generic response, which is my pet peeve. People in my program, that's the first thing we tackle, is what are you saying to these referrals? Because I cannot stand those brochure sounding referral responses. Let me give you an example. When people say our mission is to care, safety, reliability. And those are good things, so don't get me wrong. Those are great things to say. However, you want it to make you stand out. The selection process is a narrow process. Think about it like a funnel. When you are responding to a referral and you are using a generic response, you are not being selected. You are quickly being overlooked. Think about it just like if you're hiring for your agency and you get 100 resumes. You're going to look for things right away to make it easier for you to select who you need. So you'll start putting resumes to the side that doesn't have an email address, or you don't like the layout of the resume. Things like that. The same thing is happening where you're responding to referrals. Hundreds of providers are responding. So the support administrator is looking to see, okay, how do I narrow this down? That's what we do as humans, period. We want things to be easier for us. So the essay is looking like, how can I narrow this down? So you need something that's going to catch them immediately. And when you have those generic responses on the portal, it's making you sound like everybody else and you're not standing out. So they are selecting the providers who are saying things that's making them curious, that's making them want to dive deeper into what that agency can do for them, or even if you're an independent provider. So you want to say things that represents your agency well. You don't want to have a generic response. You want to talk about, oh, I've been in the field for 25 years. I've helped people with high behavior needs. I'm PBS or CPI certified, things like that. Things that are going to make you stand out quickly, because when you respond to a referral, the time is going fast. You need to make sure you're putting 3 lines that's going to make you stand out from the next person. So that's the number 1 mistake. You sound like everyone else, and that's why you're not being selected as a provider, but you're going to fix that. You're going to go back to the response, because you know what you be saying. You know what you've been saying on the responses, whether you're using a portal or not. You know what you're saying, and you know if it sounds generic. I actually script these. In my program, I script it with my clients so that we can make sure they aren't saying things generic. And you can do the same. You can write down what you're going to say to responses, and then when they say something specific about the individual you're responding to, you're going to add an additional line to show how you specifically can speak to the needs of that individual. So that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2. You are passive instead of positioned. So what do I mean by that? You are waiting to be chosen. You don't have no follow-up. You don't have confidence in your communication. So let's go back to your response. We talked about the response sounding generic, but there's something else I see in responses all the time. I see people saying, I'm new. I'm a new independent provider. I'm a new agency owner. I'm telling you, this is a selection process. So you want to say things that's going to make you stand out. And if you're saying things like, I'm new, I just started, I'm just looking for clients, that sounds like you're looking for help to build up your business rather than how you can serve the client. So you need to take all that stuff out of your response. If it's not talking to the fact that you're the choice for the client, you need to take it out, because what is saying I'm a new provider going to do to help you get chosen? It's nothing wrong with being a new provider, and I'm not saying that you should lie about being a new provider or anything like that. But I'm telling you, when you're responding to referrals, you want to make it through that selection process. And saying things like, I'm a new provider and I'm just looking for clients to get started isn't what's going to make you be chosen. You want to use your couple of lines that you have to respond to a referral to make you the obvious choice. So you need to make sure you're leading with certainty. I've been in the field for 15 years. Instead of I'm a new provider, I'm trained in PBS and CPI. I'm med certified. I can start immediately. Things like that, that's going to make you the obvious choice rather than things that's going to make you eliminated in this process. So that's mistake number 2, and that's how you fix it. Go back and to remove anything that's going to make you anything less than the obvious choice, anything you're saying that doesn't speak to the confidence, doesn't make them confident in choosing you as their provider. You're going to remove those. And I want you to have a scripted thing that you use when you respond to referrals. I don't want you to wing it. I want you to have a script that you're using every single time so that you can make sure that you aren't saying things like that. You want to make sure that you're saying things that's speaking specifically to the needs of the individual and showing you as an obvious choice. Mistake number 3, you do not understand the selection process. And this is exactly what I've been talking about this whole time. There's a selection process that takes place. Think about it as a funnel. Hundreds of providers are responding to the referral at the top. And then it gets smaller and smaller and smaller as you go. So hundreds are responding at the top of the funnel. Then there's a selection process that happens after the essay reviews and skims through all the different responses. Some people are selected for the next step, others are not. And that's what you're trying to make it to those 3 to 5 providers that's getting selected. Because think about it, the support administrator is there to make it easier for the family to pick a provider. So if they give the family hundreds of providers to choose from, that's not really beneficial for the family. That's overwhelming for the family. The essay is there to help. So they're going to do the first selection process before the family even sees everybody who responded. The essay is going to select the ones that the family should see. You're trying to make it to that part of the process. So hundreds of providers respond, then the essay combs through it and pick the ones that's going to actually go to the family. 3 to 5 are going to get called, and you are trying to make it step by step. So you're one that get called and then one that get chosen. So you need to be ready for each step in this process and understanding how essays filter, understanding what makes you stand out and how to position yourself early on before you even talk to the family, before any of that, how to position yourself to get selected is what you really need in order to be able to do that. So of course this live is quick and I can't go over everything you need. However, I will have a webinar coming up soon and I want you to be there. We're going to deep dive into this process to make sure that you're being selected. So if you would like to come to that webinar, it's a CEO session that we're doing for independent providers or agency owners. You have to already be certified. Drop waitlist under this, comment waitlist under this video. I'll put you on the wait list. I'll reach out to you to get your email address, and I'll add you to the wait list so that you can get the link to register for this upcoming webinar. So I hope this helps. I look forward to helping you get selected, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.